busted. It's 2 damn o'clock in the morning, where you been? Baby, didn't you get my two-way? I was with my girlfriend. You're a liar. I called Tisha and Tanya, they were both at home. But I didn't say them though, but they only friends I know. Dumelang maseve. This week we are in the BMW 5 Series 520D and we are gonna have a conversation. Yo, bye. Let's get started with the exterior of the BMW 5 Series 520D. And I think on the exterior, it's one of the most beautiful business executive sedans you can find on the market. You have this large, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer kind of kidney grill. It's called a kidney grill, but it reminds me of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer because it's so protruding, it stands out so much, like it's like a sore thumb. So I love this grill, and what's nice about it is that even at night it illuminates. So that is a beautiful, beautiful touch. You have some gold accents going on around on the side, all the pillars of the car, the A, B, and C pillars. You have the 5 Series logo on the C pillar. I'm losing my train of thought. On the C pillar. Finishes in this beautiful dark black color, which I really, really like. I'm not too sure about these gold accents on the wheels. Gives it a bit of a more obnoxious look. I get what they were trying to do, but it makes the car look a little bit tacky for me. So I would omit that personally for me. I know you can get carbon fiber side mirrors. These ones are not carbon fiber, they're just the normal side mirrors. But I find it to be a really pretty car, and I think it looks absolutely stunning. The gold kind of just makes it pop a bit. So on the exterior, a full 10 out of 10 for me. I really like how it looks. Moving on to the interior, I think that's where the 5 Series shines for me. I love this large curved infotainment system screen. The curved display in this car is beautiful. You have an instrument cluster up in front of you that's fully digitized, and I love BMW's iDrive system. This operating system is probably one of the best for me. It's probably the leading one in this segment because it's just so seamless, and the smartphone integration in this car really in BMW is really, really, really good. I do prefer wired CarPlay as opposed to wireless CarPlay in BMWs because the wireless CarPlay tends to give me some problems. I don't know if people can agree with me on that one, but I prefer to just have CarPlay playing through the wired one. So you have this infotainment system that has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Your climate control menu is fully touch operated on this thing. So vele minwana phezulu. We have a Harman Kardon sound system in this vehicle. To lock and unlock the car and your memory seats, it's touch haptics. So I'm not too sure how I feel about that. Because considering how I feel about touch haptics when they just overpower a car. However, the interior is absolutely plush. It's very much a BMW interior, very executive, very bespoke interior. Your center console is also a very beautiful place to be in. You have this gear lever knob that looks like a bit of a crystal material, so it just gives it a bit of a more elegant and a bit of a more luxurious feel. You can also have the swivel knob to navigate towards the different features, so that's also quite nice if you really don't have to stretch your hand out and touch the screen the whole time. So that kind of helps with the fingerprint situation. However, this interior is beautiful. You have electrically adjustable seats, you have a sunroof, you have so much going on in here, and I think it's a very beautifully well equipped car. This flat bottom steering wheel with the M stitching and the M badge on here just gives it a bit of a more sportier look. Man, I'm highly impressed with this car on the interior. When I got into it the first time, it wasn't an overwhelming experience. I'm more like, wow, guys, like cars like this actually exist. So if you guys are wondering, this is probably my first time in this segment. I haven't driven cars like the E-Class or the Jaguars, those kind of cars. I haven't driven them. So jumping into the 5 Series for the first time in my entire existence and driving it was just, an out-of-world experience. You also have heads-up display in this car. So on the interior, I am absolutely impressed. Now let's get into the drive of the BMW 520D. This vehicle is forward. Yo, guys, my English today. This vehicle is powered by a 2-liter turbo diesel engine that also has a 48V mild hybrid technology to it that produces 145 kilowatts and 400 Newton meters of torque, mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission. And to be quite honest, this is very much a diesel BMW. You get a lot of range in this car. Upon arrival, I got 1,169 kilometers, and it's been a full week of driving this car, and to be quite honest, I'm still on 793 kilometers of range left, and it's leaving very, very soon. So this car is very, very much efficient. On a driving perspective, it drives beautifully, gear changes are smooth, this engine's very responsive for a diesel, and it's mated very well to this car. I was a bit skeptical considering that I think in the 320D you get 140 kilowatts. So knowing that this one is a 2-liter, I was a bit nervous. I was like, yo, maybe this car might be too big for this. But that extra 5 kilowatts might have made a difference. However, the application and how they paired this engine, this gearbox to the car, to this car of its size, as you guys can see, this is not a very small car. I think this application is very beautiful. It gives you a very serene driving experience, guys. You don't feel the bumps on the road that much. You're just hovering on the road. Noise insulation is good. The noise, vibration, and harshness levels, guys, they have dampened and smoothened out this car very beautifully. I cannot fault it on a driving perspective. Look, man, I'm very much impressed when it comes to the driving dynamics of a diesel BMW. I think I sing his praises all the time. So on a driving perspective, you cannot go wrong. I would highly recommend this car for the daily commute to work. I'd also recommend this car for long distance travel. You'll thoroughly enjoy it. And coupled with that Harman Kardon sound system, I'm telling you, if you are playing Kelvin Momo, if you are playing Jaivani, Bayokala Tina Simnandi, Bayokala Tina Simnandi, oh my god, guys, I think you guys can see what I'm excited that I'm in a diesel BMW. This thing is good, man. Yes, it's a little dollar, Joe. Is it about a BMW diesel? They knock it out the park every single time. So on a driving, in terms of driving, highly impressed. Beautiful. Well done, BMW. Well done. Look, absolutely stunning stuff. Let's get into the verdict. What does maseve think of the BMW 5 Series? So this car is in what we call the executive segment. So this is very much a bigger car from your everyday tried and tested luxury sedans, such as the C-Class, such as the 3 Series, you know, cars like that. This has moved in a bit of a bigger segment, and it's a very, like I said, it's a very executive car. It's like those cars that you sell to top management, those guys who speak to management, you know, your board of directors, your HOD. Yeah, but those guys, you know, like the speak to management kind of guys, like the really well-off top management CEO, but Nandi Manko, management executive, those are the kind of those are the kind of people I picture in these cars, with the suits, the nice heels, you know, those kind of people are what you sell this car to. So this vehicle rivals something like the Mercedes-Benz E-Class, right? So I think that's the closest rival I can think of, because I know Lexus and Jaguar has rivals to that are in the same segment. However, they're not really in our market anymore. I think the E-Class and this one are the last of the two cars that are kind of just dominating this field. So on a pricing perspective, right, that's where it gets a bit interesting. The 520D starts at 1,240,000 rand, right? And unfortunately, this is the only combustion 5 Series you can find. The other two models in the 5 Series are the i5, M50 or M40 or M60, one of the two. Both of those ones are electric. So this is basically the last one, and I'm quite glad that they retained the diesel one as opposed to the petrol one. Although I know diesel is dying out in the automotive industry or whatever, I'm glad that they retained it because of the fuel efficiency and the pleasurable drive that it gives. So at a starting price of 1,240,000, I don't think it's that bad. Because when I went to look at the C-Class, and not the C-Class, man, the E-Class, when I'm going to look at the E-Class starting is about 1.4 million. So that's a bit more expensive than this. And even when you add the extras on this car, so when I configured it myself, I added the package, the illuminating package, and I added the 20-inch wheels with the gold accents. It went to just around 1.3 million rand. So you're still not touching an entry-level E-Class. So I think in terms of a pricing perspective, 10 out of 10. In terms of my verdict and what I think about this car, I think this is probably the best executive sedan you can find on the market right now. And I think this is the car that works very well if you want something that you want people to take you seriously in, and especially with these gold accents. The spec as it is, people will definitely look up and notice you. I do get it, like, it's very regal also, very regal, very luxe, very plush, very lovely, and it's very much a BMW, you know? It's just like this kind of sports car in a tux kind of thing. Like, it's just fun and nimble to drive, doesn't feel as heavy as it looks, but it just commands the presence and the attention that a 5 Series would usually get. So my verdict on this car is that there's very little to fault on a 5 Series, and I think this is just probably one of the best cars ever made. My favorite 5 Series, personally, was the F10. So that's when I started to get accustomed with the 5 Series. The F10 5 Series, F10 M5, those were the cars that was the car that I really liked. And I'd love to experience the M5 version of this and the F10 M5. However, I just think that this is second to none. This is an absolutely stunning car. There's enough tech in here, and if you want something that is a bit more techy and a bit more obnoxious and crazy and a party, the 7 Series exists. Because when I saw the 7 Series, there's a whole TV in the rear. So if you want something that's just a bit more crazy and you have extra money, go for the 7 Series. However, I don't like how the 7 Series looks, because the 7 Series for me looks like a sedan version of the Hyundai Staria. Like, I just don't like what they did with the 7 Series, the current one. I don't know what you guys think. You guys can let me know what you guys think of the 7 Series. However, that's just like a huge leap from 5 Series and 7 Series. There's a huge leap. However, I'm just trying to speak on a tech level. I think it's well equipped and fully equipped. So I'm very happy with the 5 Series as it is. So I think it's a bit futile for me to ask what I don't like about this car. There's absolutely nothing that I don't like about this car. However, maybe the one thing that I can nitpick is the boot space. You have about 304 liters. But when I did my research, I think the outgoing model had a bigger one, a bigger boot of 394 liters. But when I checked, this one has a biscuit in the back. So that's why it compromises the boot space. However, when I'm looking at it, I think 2 or 3 suitcases can fit. So it's nothing that I'm too fussy over, right? Because I'm thinking that a 5 Series will be more used for the work commute, you know, business trips, not necessarily, I don't know, I'm not too sure, but I think the boot space for me, yeah, it's small, but it's not something where I'm like, yo, this car is a problem. So there's not much that I don't like. And coming to my full verdict of this car is a 9 out of 10, probably a 9.5 out of 10. Maybe might be the first car on the channel to get a 10 out of 10, but for us not to be controversial, we'll give it a 9.5. However, between you and I, the 5 Series is perfection. The 5 Series is automotive engineering. The 5 Series is innovation. The 5 Series is absolutely stunning. I never thought that I'd be so impressed by a car like this. The pricing is good for me. It's well equipped on the interior. It looks good. It feels good. It drives good. It's efficient. It's spacious. I'm in heaven. I am in absolute heaven. Yo. And that is it from me, maseve. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I see you in the next one. Also, don't forget to watch those ads, because you know, kulavega Gucci and all that jazz. But thank you so much for watching. Mara why utena? Renal tribe wira. Hey, Lena. Like I got claim insurance got the big days second. I'm really perform. Oh my gosh. Wow. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments of the BMW 5 Series 520D. Would you get this? Would you get the Mercedes-Benz E-Class? Or is there any car that sparks your interest at a price point of 1.2 million rand? Let me know in the comments. Let's have a conversation. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to watch those ads, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I've eaten. I actually was at my sister. And I eat there, guys. I had bohobele mautwana for starters, then I had bohobele stew for mains, then I had cake, kajama guinga, hefezo jama guinga kajang. I was eating, bro. My sister, I nigga zoza. Phew. I always see your guys' comments about how I eat. You guys say gimba, and sometimes I believe it, guys. I eat, hey, like I keep timirijo, but what the man magala bangana barba jadi go slow. Guys, yo. Anyway, I'm joking and I'm just going on a tangent. It's time for me to just prepare for the week ahead. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm digressing, I'm talking too much. Don't forget those ads, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.